Hi friends, it's Sarah from rufflesandrainboots.com, and today I'm making a quick bunny sock gnome from a glove. I know, right? If you'd like to make it with me, just boop, stick around. As always, please give this video a like so I know you're here. Now, I always show you front, back, top, everything, so you can see this little guy comes with a cute bunny tail, bendable ears, and a whole lot of personality. So we are going to use a fuzzy sock glove. So I don't know how to explain it other than this is the material of a fuzzy sock, and it was $1. I also used the pear on that little bunny. I'm going to be using embroidery thread, a Dollar Tree ankle sock, some black felt. I end up not using this buffalo check ribbon to my chagrin. I'm going to use Mongolian fur and weight and fill. So for my weight, I'm using poly beads, and fill, I'm using polyfill. You can use the inside of a pillow. So as you can see, I'm just going to cut both of the sides off of this glove. I'm also going to cut the middle finger off of the glove. So we're going to end up using 4 fingers, and that little middle finger is going to be used for a different project. So you can see here, it's not the best quality. It was $1. So it's not the best quality glove, but I just want to tell you, you can sort of like round the edges and make them look even. And so I don't draw on it or anything, just cut it off, hack it off, and then hack the other side off. And then we're just going to even them up in the middle. So speaking of that little middle finger, we're going to hack it off straight across the top. And then if you have a cork, you could put a cork in it and make a cute little tiny gnome that way. Or you could do the tiny gnome ornaments that I shared years ago. I know they've been redone many times, but I still think it's one of the cutest little projects you can do with glove fingers. I'm using a Surebonder detail tip glue gun to, again, we're still wrong sides facing out. I'm going to glue up both of the long edges and that middle section just straight across at the top. Do make sure you're getting a nice thick seal though. We want to make sure that this doesn't come apart because we're going to set it aside for now and come back before and turn it right side out later. So as you can see, there's one very pretty, I have glue on my finger there. So we're going to set that aside and use that for something else. So for the thumb and the pinky, turn the thumb right side out, roll up the pinky, and just stuff it inside. That is going to be our very bulbous bunny tail. And so in order to make sure that it gets the best adhesion onto the bunny, all I'm going to do is sort of roll back everything and try and turn this into a really tight circle. And in order to do that, I'm just going to roll this down, add a good portion of hot glue, and instead of squeezing it together, like pinching it in between your fingers, you're going to push it down into that. See, right there, you're going to push that down into the glue. And then when it dries, you just cut it off and it's nice and flat. So I just thought that was a really easy way not to worry about adhesion because now you have a nice big flat place to put the glue. So just hack it off and you can see there, it's nice and flat. It makes me smile. Okay, so now for our sock gnome, we're just going to make a basic sock gnome. I'm using a Dollar Tree ankle sock. I'm going to be using some cardboard and a ribbon spool. Mine was 2 3/4 base, but you can use whatever you want. I just traced it and cut it out. For the bottom, I want to have a stable join, so I'm going to put the toe seam off to the side so that I don't get it on the bottom. So I'm just adding glue to the not bright blue side of my cardboard, popping it down, and then I'm just going to be pulling that sock around, making sure that toe seam is up above the cardboard. Easy peasy, now it's all flat. And now we just do our thing to make a sock gnome. I am using polyfill because it is non-odor, non-moisture absorbing. I do recommend it, especially if you sell. And then I'm going to take a generous portion of polyfill in sections, and I'm just going to tuck, 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 tuck down. I'm going to roll it between my hands to distribute the polyfill. I will smack it on the table a whole lot of times. And then I know it's ready when I squeeze it and it bounces back to its original shape. I'm just going to tie off the very top with some embroidery thread, which I'll speed up so you don't have to watch. But you can use twine. I don't recommend a rubber band because over time it will fail. In order to get that nice smooth top, we are going to just fold over our excess and your little sock gnome is done, or body is done. Now it's time, because our glue has set, to turn this right sides out. So I'm going to speed that up as well. And looky here. Now you got a bunny. Well, you've got the start of a bunny. Okay. So you can do this at any time during this process. I like to do it at the end, but I'm just doubling over 2 Dollar Tree pipe cleaners, and you can see how big they are. I don't cut them at all, but I don't put them in right now. I'll do that at the end in order to make sure there's less failure potential with the hot glue. I'm just going to put the entire glove over the body of our sock gnome, making sure it's tucked all the way down to the bottom. And you can glue a piece of felt or fleece to the bottom if you want to make that a different color. And then I'm just making sure it's all attached. And again, you can put them in right here, but I'm going to wait and show you at the end. Okay, so the little bow here, I had some trouble. I'm making a tier tray display, and I wanted to use buffalo check in black and white. I tried to make this bow happen. It just didn't happen. You'll see it all throughout this little video. It just doesn't make it. Okay, so I spent some time doing that before doing this. My rough estimate is, you know, for the beard size, is I hold it up and see what I like. I put the fur all facing down, and then I'm going to draw a 4-inch wide by 4-inch high V. That's it. I'm just counting 4 down, and I'm just going to split it right in the middle. And now to cut it, I'm using an X-Acto knife, cutting only the fur backing, and there goes my tail. Here it comes again. I'm going to rip that fur, and then I have no transfer. So I'm just going to do this all the way around. If you need a video on cutting faux fur, I'll link that in the iCard above. And just rip that. Now you have it right here. So you can see a line in my fur when I brush it out, because I don't store my fur very well. So I'm going to take my heat gun, just a little bit on the lowest setting, scrunch it up, and now it's gone when you brush it out. Don't put a lot of heat on it. It will make it fray. All right, so here's what we have so far. I'm going to also cut from the scraps of that fur to like maybe 1/2 inch sized, same shape, but it goes upside down so that I have a nice little spray for my ears. In order to make a nice tailored look for the beard, because we're not tucking it under anything, I'm going to roll over the top 1/4 inch of edge and just glue that to itself. For my nose, you can see I have 2 different sizes of wood rounds there. I couldn't decide, but I did know that I wanted to brush up the top, split the fur in the middle, and then attach my nose. So that little top sprig is going to come over down on the top of the nose, just giving it some personality. You can see up to the very end, I didn't know which size wood round I was using. Mine is a 1/2 inch that I use for this guy. I cut a couple inches ×2 of embroidery thread and just tuck that up into the same glue that I used for the nose. Now I'm going to glue those upside down pieces of fur right in here to the bunny ears. Make sure it's not on the little round part of the bunny head, because we're going to end up scrunching these together in just a minute. So now I'm just going to make sure that this goes all the way down, covers, and I'm going to glue the glove down to the sock gnome all the way around. And now it's the fun time. It's time to put on our adorable little tail. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to just hold that to dry, and then it's time for the beard. I'm just going to put some glue at the very top, making sure I like where it is, and then I will do the rest of the beard later. So you can see I leave a little bit of room. Again, I'm going to scrunch those ears together and then glue this all the way down. Oops, you can see I didn't glue my sock or my glove all the way down, so I'll do that at the end as well. All right, make sure that is on, and then we can move on to Sarah really trying to make this bow happen. I try it in the middle. I try it on just one ear. I just wasn't loving it. So I put the bow aside, and then I'm going to show you how I work the little pipe cleaners in. I do elective surgery, a tiny little snip, because it will spread, and I just tuck that pipe cleaner in. Now, only glue the pipe cleaner to the body and the glove on the inside at the bottom. The part that will fail is the part that everybody bends, so we want to leave that alone. Then on the front, I'm going to add a little hot glue and then pinch the bottom of that bunny ear, the sock, so it covers up the very bottom of the fur and it looks more natural. And again, just a tiny little snip, pop up the pipe cleaner, and then glue it only at the bottom on the inside of the glove and on the into the body. So leaving that entire portion at the top untouched. I do the bottom of the ear again. There you go. And he's done. What do you think of this quick little project? Let me know in the comments below if you like it. Please share this out. Thank you so much for being here. Please like and subscribe for more crafty fun.